English Literature, Paper 2, Part 3. Part 3 is worth 32 marks. Yet it is so simple and easy. All it is one 24-mark question that's going to have a poem like this, ask you to analyse it, and it's one 8-mark question where you have to compare it. This is the mark scheme for the 24-mark question. All it is AO1 and AO2. So simple. Just AO1, just AO2. Just your paragraph structure. No AO3, no context, just your plain P paragraph, whatever structure you got, pretzel, P, whatever own structure you have, that's all this question is. So you go to the exam, you get this poem here. All you need to do is write 3 paragraphs analysing this poem. Not difficult. You've analysed writing so many times in the past 2 years, 1 year, whatever. The only thing that you need to know, the only thing, is poetic specific methods. So here, you could say wobbled away, you could say the verb wobbled, you can analyse that, you can make your point on that. You could kind of make your point on the poem as a whole, the repetition of pumping, pumping. But the reason why you wouldn't get high marks on this question is because you haven't used poetic specific methods. So normally, when you analyse something, you're going to say the metaphor shows this, simile shows this. But for poems, it's a little bit different, and this is the only difference. Instead of metaphor, it's just going to be like this. Instead of simile, it's just these ones. So you could analyse an enjambment. The sentence runs on to the next line without punctuation. The effect of this is it creates flow, speed, or lack of control. So if you didn't know what this is, your analysis would be pretty poor. You would say metaphor. But now you know what enjambment is. So let's look at the question. Loping along beside you as you wobbled away. That's enjambment. What's the effect of that? They're talking about riding a bike. So the enjambment on these lines has the effect of like creating a pace. Like the pace is when you're riding the bike. It's continuous, it's uncertain, it's unexpected. It has a flow to it. Just like one wheel going over the other. Just like that. That's the effect of the enjambment. That's an analysis. Really easy, no problem. Caesura, a pause within a line, usually using punctuation. The effect of this normally is that it creates tension or emphasis. You could say here, a bicycle loping along could be caesura, but in this poem, not particularly. But there's a lot of commas breaking up. So you could point that out and say this caesura, a lot of commas breaking up the flow and the effect of that. Volta, not really any volta there. Cyclical structure, let's see. No. It's only one stanza. There's no shifts in stanzas. But you can also point that out as well. This is a hack for analysing the poems. Look at the stanzas. This is one stanza. There's not any separations. So you could say, okay, there's no stanzas to analyze. But the fact that there's not even any standards shows you something. It shows you that it's one continuous story, and it went fast, and there was no stopping, and there was no breaking. You can analyze that. Refrain, repeated phrase. Pumping, pumping. That's repeated. Fragmented, no. Irregular line lengths. No, it's quite a regular line length actually, which you can analyze again. And then you could also analyze the form. Is it a sonnet? It's not a sonnet. This is let's try our best to put the form to the poem. Okay, don't worry about that. But if you know these, all you need to do is analyze it. Boom, you're done. So simple, so easy. Instead of saying metaphor, just saying enjambment. You can do. I'm not saying don't use metaphors as well. You can analyze a metaphor simile as well. But to get the higher marks, to go on a high level, you need to be specific. Use these specific poetic methods. That's it. 3 paragraphs, whatever structure you want, whatever structure you're comfortable with, whether you do P, peel, whatever, do that. 3 paragraphs. Then there's the 8 marker. The 8 marker literally looks like this. This got 7 marks. Present, explain, 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 explain. Whereas, so he's saying bold, Collins, bold says this, Collins says this, bold says this, Collins says this, that's it, 7 marks. Really simple. Here's a video kind of explaining a bit more on the structure if you want. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Don't stress it. It's a pretty easy 32 marks if and only if you know these. If you know these, it's a good 32 marks. Yeah. That's the I made a video on part 1. It's basically the same as paper 1. Made a video on part 2. That is not too difficult. Part 2 is not too difficult. The only difference between what you've done before and part 2 is literally just linking 2 paragraphs together. Takes a bit of brain cells, but it's not too difficult. And then the other thing is knowing your specific poetic techniques, which also help in this part 3, which is literally basic analysis, but you just need to know a few poetic techniques. That's it. That's all of paper 2 literature done.